What is going on, everybody? Welcome back into the channel. My name's Ox Soldier, and today we're gonna be checking out NF Washed Up official music video off his latest album, man. Super excited to check this one out. We're gonna hop right into it. Let's get it.
Yeah,
You know, the beginning of this song, it doesn't sound like the rest of the song is gonna is gonna quite sound like it, but the beginning of it, kind of with the piano and those uh like choir choral vocals, choir vocals, um, kind of reminded me of I Miss the Days a bit there, just a little bit in the beginning. The rest of the song doesn't sound like it's gonna be quite that sound.
yeah. I'm starting to wonder if I lost the hunger. Where's that kid I used to be when I was on the come up? Where's that drive I used to have before I had the numbers? Where's that take me as I am, I ain't gonna be no puppet? Where's that tell it like it is, don't let the label hush you? Where's that yeah, I know I'm rich, but we gon' keep the budget? Where's that I don't really care about the radio? If they don't like the song, then don't play it, I ain't changing nothing. Yeah, where's that person at? You see him, tell him I've been hurting bad. You see him, tell him that I miss the way we used to rap. And I ain't making music anymore if he don't care enough to have my back. Yeah, dropping trash. Wouldn't say that I've been doing that, but I'll be lying through my teeth if I said I don't think my moment passed. Yeah, I think my moment passed.
Yeah, it's interesting, you know, in this case, you know, with him and his rap, you know, specifically is kind of what he's referring to. But it is interesting, kind of how like, you know, let's say you get into a place where you're really like content, I guess, um, with what's going on in your life, right? With that, with kind of like what he said, with that attitude of I don't care if the radio plays my song, like whatever, kind of give it back to the label. I'm not gonna let them control me. Like, where's that attitude? You know, and in this case, you know, it's kind of interesting how kind of just slowly over time, maybe some of those things start to give in certain little small ways, right? And then it kind of adds up and adds up, and you kind of get to this point like, the fuck happened? Like, what changed? Like, how do we get here? Like, how do we go from that fu attitude to, you know, now I'm kind of being walked over, you know? And then you kind of start second guessing yourself. You kind of, you know, you kind of have the battle with the self confidence and all that. And you know, so I, you know, in this specific scenario, you know, he's talking about, you know, his career and whatnot. But I think the general idea can be applied in a lot of different ways, honestly.
Music anymore if he don't care enough to have my back. Yeah, dropping trash. Wouldn't say that I've been doing that, but I'll be lying through my teeth if I said I don't think my moment passed. Yeah, I think my moment passed. Am I on the
You
brink
reach
of something
pinnacle, your
great?
pinnacle.
Or have I lost it? Am I on the verge of making waves? Or am I washed up? The small rooms, the intimacy, no feeling like it. Those old shoes, nostalgia.
Gotta say, I was not expecting that, like, just like cut off. I was like, did we just hit an ad on like a 3-minute video? Um, but yeah, I mean, I think a lot of times, I mean, it's exactly like what the music video portrayed and what the lyrics said, right? I mean, like, we don't really know what we're doing, right? Like, there is no map, right? Like, we don't know if we're on the verge of making a breakthrough or if we're on the verge of a huge catastrophic failure, right? I mean, and a lot of times it truly feels that way. Like, there is no direction, lost and confused, and it's a struggle, man. I mean, it's a tough place to navigate through, you know.
The small rooms, the intimacy, no feeling like it. Those old shoes, nostalgic, I put my feet inside them. The Lord knew I needed this to survive the violence. The raw truth, I'm nothing without the Father's guidance. Who are you? The question that built this whole empire. Your old news, a statement that makes me think retire. The game's new, so eventually we all have to climb it. When wrong moving, career is dying. Yeah.
I was not ready for that. Hold on. I appreciate the sound effect in the song though. I'm telling you, a good like just normal sound effect in a fucking song can just be such a banger move.
Statement that makes me think retire. The game's new, so eventually we all have to climb it. When wrong moving, career is dying. Yeah. Can I revive it? Did that check the label gave me make me uninspired? Am I ignorant to think that I still got the fire? Am I hanging on to something I should say goodbye to? Yeah. Has my time expired? Did my prime already?
And that's another good point too. Is kind of start to wonder, is this even like worth my time? Like, is it even worth it? Like, does anybody care? Is it benefiting me? In a lot of ways, it can become more stressful than what it's worth. And because you kind of lost the passion, lost the flame a little bit there, and it's of the self doubt and confusion and not knowing kind of which path you're on.
Goodbye to. Yeah. Has my time expired? Did my prime already pass or am I about to find it? Did my peak already happen or am I still climbing? Is that passion that I had gone or am I on the brink of something great? Or have I lost it? Am I on the verge of making waves? Or am I washed up?
All right, so that was NF Washed Up. I gotta say that I actually really enjoyed this one, especially from a lyrical standpoint. I don't think this is one I'm gonna be banging in my, blasting in my car all the time consistently or anything like that. But I the message I think is just so relatable and again just very applicable to a lot of different aspects in life. Um, again, I know he was specifically talking about like his career, his rap career, and all that. But again, I think the overarching idea there of just kind of not being confident in what you're doing, maybe being losing the flame and the passion a little bit for it, and the stress that comes with that. Is it even worth your time? Does it even matter? Even something I want to do anymore. It brings a whole lot into question. Um, I will say that I think I found for the most part that it's better on the other side of the storm. And that's kind of what this music video kind of gave off to me. The whole thing was storm. He's got like this hooded figure that like maybe like the Grim Reaper would be a accurate description of sorts, and you know the whole thing was just like storm and that feeling of being in the storm. I think that's probably what makes it like really relatable, because everyone goes through, right, multiple storms. It's a part of life, and I think that 99% of the time it's better on the other side of the storm. Hopefully, maybe there's a little bit of a trend here in track list the way they're lined up. But I appreciate the relatableness of this. Very honest and very plain. And again, I know he was using a lot of words that were specific to his career, but again, I do think it is just very, very applicable for a lot of people. overall, man, I enjoyed this one, and hopefully you guys did as well. If you did, please make sure to leave a like, hit that sub button, hit that bell, and then we're dropping the next one. But that's all I got for you guys for now. It's your boy Rock Soldier. Hope you guys stay your night better than tomorrow. Have an even better day tomorrow, and I'll talk to you in the next one. All right, guys? Peace.